Batman '96, James Tynion the fourth and Jorge Jimenez on the art. The second part of Joker War. So we're continuing with this stuff. It's interesting, I think, going forward with this. The idea that Joker's outfitting gangs and stuff throughout the city with cars and tech because he's got access to the Wayne tech and all the money.
It's a story.
Well, let's start off with this sort of dream sequence of the future. This perfect Gotham that Batman is built with Alfred, where he has the sort of shiny, bright Batman outfit. There's a phone app that lets people know. Like, it's actually called, a bat signal. I got a bat signal. This kid's about to get knocked over, and he gets the signal.
Normally I would hate stuff like this, but there is something about the utopic Gotham that I do feel like it is fun to see every once in a while.
That's interesting,
right?
Yeah.
I don't mind in a dream sequence here or there.
No, but like they played with that in the sixth dimension?
Yeah.
And whatnot, and it was like there's a bit of sinisterness to it because of that story. And Tynion worked on that too, right? Like he was still
helping here or there with that.
He was definitely doing stuff on the book still around there. I don't know if he did that particular.
Honestly, right? Like I thought this was a really fun little dream sequence, and the only disappointment I have with it is that Mr. Freeze's two sons of Ice Pop and Snow Cone will not be around for future stories because it was a dream sequence.
And I love how short they are. Like they're definitely still actual children.
Yes.
Yeah. So I read this early on Tuesday, and I was gonna tag Pete, but I don't know when he reads this comic, so I didn't want to spoil Snow Cone and Ice Pop.
I can spoil that for you, Matt. He reads them an hour before we start recording.
Yeah, I know.
Not always. Sometimes I'm in the mood on a Tuesday. I'll be like, I can read them on release day.
Well, because of the nature of the internet now, even though I get this both ways. I get it digitally and I get it physically, because I don't trust the internet not to spoil things, especially on something as big as Batman or death metal or stuff like that when it comes out. I'll read that on the Tuesday first thing, just,
Oh, yeah.
So, but I know not everybody's like me, but as soon as I saw Snow Cone and Ice Pop, I was like, Pete has to know about these. Because he looked old. So
I was cackling.
New ice villains.
I was cackling. I mean, Tynion basically, in a few pages, cemented this as a historic Batman run that will be measured against every other Batman.
I don't know why the speculators were going after the Robin King.
I know, Snow Cone.
I don't either when you have Snow Cone and Ice Pop. Well, you know what though? Tynion is great at taking like look what he did with Clayface and Detective. So if we can get a run like that with Snow Cone and Ice Pop, that's it, man.
I joke because I'm pretty sure the speculators did go after this because of Clown Hunter. But people will forget about Clown Hunter. This is where the value will pay off.
Hey, I'm telling you that this is seeding stuff for Endless Winter. We got 2 more to add to the cold list. We're really setting this up. And I also love the idea of Bruce having this dream of a future like perfect Gotham where he only has to go out as Batman like once a month. And so his mind created these two. This is not something else. This is his mind created Ice Pop and Snow Cone.
While I remember on the Endless Winter thing, we got a comment telling us we missed the obvious team name. The Ice League.
I'm upset. I'm disappointed in us.
I think if we'd been writing it down, we'd have got that. But because we're all doing it orally, you don't see it.
Right. I kind of hate it, but I love it at the same time. Anyways,
Batman.
Yes, Batman. So he's talking to Alfred in the cave, and then a really dark page where Alfred's neck just almost comes clean off. It's a neck snap, but his head is dangling upside down.
Do you know what it looks like?
Nearly headless Nick.
Yes, thank you. That was exactly what I was about to say. It's that moment where he pulls his head off to show them.
Yes. So Batman wakes up from this nightmare, screaming no, and Harley's there. Harley's like sort of dragged his body from the explosion from the end of last issue, and I'm kind of digging. Like she's got like a sort of Mad Max thing going on right now with the goggles and like all the ripped parts of her jacket and stuff.
Belt as well.
Yeah. So it's really selling Gotham as a war zone, and I think something I liked about the last issue a lot was like setting up the stakes of this feels like a big Bat story, a big Gotham story. And this issue, I think, well, it didn't focus on it as much. It did continue the idea, the feeling of the city right now, that everything's kind of in chaos because of what's going on. So she explains what Joker's up to with like funding people. The Clown Hunters,
Joker reveals, Joker cycles, Joker planes.
Yep, all the Jokerized things. Clown Hunter is this vigilante, but he's killing the criminals. So he's a kind of like the extreme version of a Bat character.
He's Jason Todd inspired, I feel, in the sense that kind of taking that Batman to the next level in his mind.
I would say, imagine the guys in hockey pads from The Dark Knight, except they're competent, or he's competent.
I love that his axe that he uses, I say axe, is a batarang that he's found.
It's a bat-terang.
Yes, it's a baseball bat.
Yeah.
With a batarang through it.
I just want to say, I don't want to let the I don't wear hockey. I'm not wearing hockey pads. That's something that gets yelled in my house at least once a week because of that scene of The Dark Knight. Also, because of Connor, Bane on the Harley show is doing the Tom Hardy Bane.
Yep.
Which has then led to that being done in my house for the last couple days.
Yes.
So,
honestly, I'd be okay if every Bane for the rest of life.
Have you got any of the committee meetings with Bane yet? And the chairs?
I don't think so. I just
you'll know when you
going around little Cobblepot's bar mitzvah, and him talking about he was just here for the party. Oh man. Anyways, Clown Hunter.
So Batman is a little bit delusional. He starts hearing Alfred, so he runs off from Harley, saying I have to go find him, because there's and that's actually, we brought up Dark Knight there kind of as a joke, but this next bit actually reminded me of Dark Knight. You know, during the Dark Knight when he's got the newscaster on camera. I mean, it's a pretty old school thing to do, admittedly, but it made me think of it. Joker's got this, the owner from the movie theater, basically telling everyone to go to see, Mask of Zorro at the theater.
And he's carved the Z for Zorro into his face.
Into his face.
Yeah, didn't even, the guy should have just took his money and ran, but of course.
Yes. Yeah. Prepare for the final shot at the end of the cue cards was especially
prepare
dark.
For the final shot, and then the bang in the final panel worked really well.
So it's Bruce gets that this is personal. Joker's really touching some personal buttons here. He's having more sort of demented visions of his parents, and Harley's trying to. So Harley's actually trying to play psychologist here. She's trying to snap Bruce out of it because the city needs Batman right now. Like we need this. I kind of dug her being kind of salty about Punchline. Although I will say,
intentionally never getting her name right.
Yeah, I didn't think the first one was kind of, even as an intentional thing, was thoroughly unfunny. It was like knife line or something like that.
Knife line. I liked it in the sense that felt like we could actually use that name and it would work.
Okay, yeah. But regardless, Batman runs off, and he's hearing Alfred. Like it's like the old days where Alfred's talking in his ear over the comms, but he's not really there, of course.
So, that's from the fear gas venom thing, right? Yeah. That's probably and probably he is at a really weakened mental state.
Maybe the best image of the book is when he's standing in the corner of a building and it's all the purple lights in the rain as he's looking down.
Oh, it's gorgeous. Yeah.
Gorgeous stuff. So he takes out some thugs. He goes to the theater. There's a lot of dead bodies that have been Jokerized. Joker claims that this is people that he's been, that he's killed over the years, that he's had these men go out and dig up. Yeah. But they all kind of rise, and the idea being that his toxin can actually control people, and that he's maybe actually going to build an army in Gotham.
Who knows how much of this is just in Bruce's head right now with the gas.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know how much we can trust.
I don't know. This is the one that got me. As I was going, I got to this, and that was the thing I didn't like in the designer story, was the gas that zombified people and allowed them to control. It's, I don't know. I know it's comics, but that's a bridge too far in a Batman book for me.
Yeah.
So I hope this is his delusions because of everything, and I hope we don't get a zombified Alfred.
Honestly, my first instinct was that it is just in his head. We might see a zombified Alfred as a vision to Bruce.
I just, going through this issue and seeing that kind of as a repeated theme, and because Bruce's guilt over Alfred because of the Bane stuff,
I will say though, this is continually making Alfred's death feel more important after the fact, in a way that the actual death itself never felt. So, fair play there. I thought it was solid enough. Yeah, I don't know how much I want a full-on Joker controlling zombies story going forward. I don't know if that's what Joker War is really going to be, or if this is just going to be a little bit of a side thing because Batman's having these hallucinations. But we'll see. I thought the issue was another solid one after that first part. So I have a lot of places, and like I say, the art's very pretty in places.
It's So seeing the cover and who drew the cover, I got a little worried. And then you open it up and it's help me out here.
Jimenez.
It's right there.
Jimenez,
yeah, Jimenez. I always want to say
I thought it was
Jimenez.
a Jimenez cover still.
Yeah.
Oh, is it not?
No, mine. My
okay.
cover. Yeah.
I'll be honest. A lot of the time when I get them digitally, I don't pay that much attention to the cover until we get to our best of the show. And in the credits page at the back, it says Jimenez and More as the cover. So
yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Assumed, but
yeah, that's definitely not Jimenez and More, right? Like,
let me go back and look at it. No, definitely not. March's signature's there as well.
March. Yeah, where's it at?
On the right, underneath the best toys.
That's it. Yeah. Okay. So I you made me feel like I was crazy for a minute, and I was like, did I mistake Jimenez for?
No, it's a misprint in the credits.
Okay.
Ah, interesting. Okay. So let's rate it then. Matt, what are you giving it?
Well, I'm gonna give this a 7.5. Like it's fine. The art does a lot of the heavy lifting. But yeah, I said closer I got to the end, the more I wasn't enjoying as much. So.
Connor?
It's a straight 7 from me. I think it's pretty good. I'm kind of into it, but I'm not loving it.
10 for me. Ice pop and snow cone. Easy peasy. No, I'll probably go a bit straight 8. I think I'm leaning a little bit higher, and that I'm kind of digging the overall feel of like the kind of the big sort of citywide. Batman's mission as a whole is really in question because he's lost Alfred and all that stuff. The personal beats to it, and yes, snow cone and ice pop get some points.